I'm Emma Harris, and sound is my universe. The morning air in Nairobi carries whispers most people never hear. The rustle of acacia leaves, distant traffic hums, and today something extraordinary. My cane taps rhythmically against the dusty path leading into Nairobi National Park. 28 bird species identified by call alone this month, but today feels different, special. Careful with that branch. A stranger's voice cuts through my concentration. I freeze. The voice is low, controlled, like someone used to giving orders. Thanks, but I've got it. You're here for the birds too? Her footsteps are deliberately quiet. Professional quiet. The Sokoke scops owl. Migration patterns suggest one might be here. I adjust my compact recorder. Though most people think I'm crazy, not crazy. A pause, determined. Something rustles overhead. We both stop breathing. The distinctive trill cuts through morning silence, hauntingly beautiful, impossibly rare. Sokoke scops owl. We whisper simultaneously. I hear her sharp intake of breath. This woman knows birds better than most ornithologists. Emma Harris. I extend my hand toward her voice. Her fingers are cool, strong, calloused in unexpected places. Victoria. Just Victoria? For now? The owl calls again, closer. Victoria's presence shifts, tension I can feel without seeing. Whatever brought her to this park wasn't bird watching. Your hearing is incredible, she murmurs. Occupational advantage. I tune pianos. That explains the precision. We track the owl's movements through pure sound. Victoria describes its flight patterns while I identify territorial calls. Two strangers becoming conspirators in something magical. Coffee? Victoria asks as the owl disappears into dense foliage. Her question carries weight beyond casual invitation. There's loneliness in her voice, familiar territory for someone like me. The Java House downtown? Perfect. Walking beside her feels oddly natural. Victoria matches my pace without obvious accommodation, somehow knowing when to warn about obstacles. Her awareness suggests training most people don't possess. Tomorrow morning? She asks at the park entrance. Same time, same place. The owl might return. The owl definitely will. I smile. Question is whether you will. Victoria's laugh is genuinely surprised. Count on it, Emma Harris. Her footsteps fade in a direction that doesn't lead to any parking area. Strange woman with secrets, but aren't we all hiding something? Back home, I replay our conversation while tuning Mrs. Patterson's Baby Grand. Victoria's voice carries contradictions. Cultured but careful, warm but guarded. Someone running from something, or toward it. My phone buzzes with tomorrow's weather forecast. Clear skies, perfect for bird watching. Perfect for seeing Victoria again. Victoria's waiting when I arrive at the park, her breathing pattern already familiar. She's been here longer than she admits, probably watching the tree line. Sleep well? I ask, settling beside her on the wooden bench. Eventually. Her voice carries exhaustion. You? Dreamed about bird songs. Occupational hazard. We sit in comfortable silence. Victoria knows when not to fill quiet spaces. Rare quality in most people. Tell me about migration patterns, I say. Yesterday you mentioned territorial behaviors like you'd studied them. Self-taught interest. Too quick. Too practiced. Fascinating hobby for someone in... I let the question hang. Security consulting. Another rehearsed answer. Victoria's hiding something significant, but her evasiveness only makes her more intriguing. The Sokoke scops owl calls from the same acacia tree. Victoria describes its movements with precision that suggests military training or worse. Left branch, 12 feet up, head tilted, listening for prey. How do you see details like that? Practice. She shifts closer. Your turn. What do you hear? I close my eyes, letting sound layers separate. 3 different territory calls, male establishing dominance, 2 females responding from different directions. Impressive. Just paying attention. Victoria's hand brushes mine, reaching for her water bottle. The contact sends unexpected electricity through my system. She doesn't pull away immediately. Emma. Her voice drops lower. What happened to your sight? Born this way. Never knew different. That's why you experience everything so intensely. Maybe that's why you fascinate me. Bold admission surprises us both. Victoria goes completely still. I'm not fascinating. She stops herself. Dangerous? Yes. Everyone's dangerous somehow. I turn toward her voice. Question is whether you're dangerous to me specifically. I'd never hurt you. The fierce certainty in her tone suggests she's made that decision already. Interesting development for someone I met yesterday. Coffee today? Victoria asks as morning grows warmer. Actually, I'm working. Piano tuning at the Serena Hotel. Mind company? You want to watch me work? I want to spend time with you. Direct honesty after careful evasion. Victoria's revealing layers despite herself. The hotel piano needs major adjustments. Victoria watches silently as I work, occasionally describing things I can see, guests walking past, staff arrangements, architectural details. You move like a dancer, she observes. You move like a predator. Victoria laughs, genuinely startled. Fair assessment. Military background? Something like that. My fingers find the piano's sweet spot, bringing harmony from discord. Victoria's breathing changes, deeper, more relaxed. Beautiful, she murmurs. The piano or my technique? Both. Heat builds between us in the hotel's elegant silence. Victoria's presence feels increasingly magnetic. Dinner tonight? She asks as I pack my tools. My apartment. I'll cook. Are you sure? Very sure. Victoria arrives at 8 with expensive wine and nervous energy. Her awareness of my space, furniture placement, potential obstacles, suggests she's memorized everything. Impressive security system, she mentions casually. Gift from a worried friend. Smart friend. I serve pasta, while Victoria describes Nairobi's evening skyline. Her voice grows softer, more intimate as wine relaxes her guard. Emma. She moves closer on the couch. I need to tell you something. Later. I reach for her face, fingers tracing strong jawline, high cheekbones. Right now, just be here with me. Victoria's lips meet mine with surprising gentleness. The kiss starts tentative, questioning, then deepens as we both forget our careful boundaries. Victoria's evasiveness becomes more obvious as days pass. Simple questions about her work receive carefully rehearsed responses that reveal nothing genuine. Security consulting for private clients, she repeats when I ask about her schedule. Must be demanding clients. You're gone for days sometimes. Travel requirements. Victoria's voice carries practiced neutrality. Nothing interesting. But her hands tell different stories. Calluses in specific patterns, muscle memory that suggests weapons training, hyper-awareness that screams danger. Victoria. I set down my coffee cup. What aren't you telling me? Everyone has secrets, Emma. Not everyone carries themselves like they're expecting attack. She goes completely still. You notice too much. Occupational advantage. The Serena Hotel calls requesting emergency piano service. Their grand piano suffered damage during last night's diplomatic reception. Victoria offers to drive me. I can manage alone. I know you can. I want to help. Her protective instincts surface whenever I work in unfamiliar spaces. Victoria positions herself strategically, monitoring entrances while describing technical details I need. Soundboard damage along the bass section, she reports. Looks like someone dropped something heavy. I run fingers across damaged wood, assessing repair complexity. Victoria watches with intensity that makes my skin tingle. You work like a surgeon, she observes. You watch like a bodyguard. Maybe I just enjoy watching you. Heat flickers between us as I adjust strings. Victoria's presence creates electric tension that makes concentration difficult. There. I test final chord progressions, good as new. Beautiful work. Thanks for the company. Thanks for letting me stay. Rain begins falling as we pack my tools. Victoria suggests her apartment instead of fighting weather. Her place surprises me. Sparse, functional, expensive security system that seems excessive for normal consultant. Paranoid much? I trace electronic keypads by the entrance. Careful. About what, exactly? Victoria doesn't answer. Instead, she opens wine while I explore tactily. Everything feels deliberately impersonal. No photographs, no personal touches, nothing revealing character. Temporary housing? I ask. Something like that. More evasions. Victoria's secrets create barriers between us even as physical attraction intensifies. Rain pounds against windows as we settle on her couch. Victoria describes storm patterns over the city while I listen to water rhythms against glass. Emma. Her voice carries new vulnerability. There are things about me you wouldn't understand. Try me. Some secrets protect people. Or isolate them. Victoria moves closer, her warmth radiating against my side. I don't want to hurt you. Then don't lie to me. It's not that simple. It never is. Thunder crashes overhead as Victoria cups my face gently. Her thumb traces my cheekbone with reverent precision. You're incredible, she whispers. You're mysterious. Does that bother you? It intrigues me. Victoria's lips find mine with desperate hunger this time. The kiss ignites something primal between us. Need, longing, dangerous attraction that overrides rational thought. Her hands tangle in my hair as I pull her closer. Victoria tastes like wine and secrets, her body responding with careful control that suggests she's holding back significant power. Emma. Her breathing grows ragged. We should stop. Should we? I don't want to complicate things. Too late for that. Victoria's laugh carries equal parts desire and frustration. Rain continues its relentless rhythm as we separate reluctantly. Stay tonight, she says quietly. Is that wise? Probably not. Good. I like dangerous choices. Victoria's apartment transforms in darkness. Her breathing patterns reveal she doesn't sleep easily, someone accustomed to staying alert, ready for trouble. Bad dreams? I whisper around 3 a.m. Occupational hazard. What kind of security consulting requires combat readiness? Victoria's silence stretches too long. Whatever she does for living involves more than protecting corporate executives. Emma. Her voice carries resignation. Some conversations change everything. Some secrets destroy trust. And some truths destroy people. Outside, Nairobi's night sounds continue their urban symphony, while Victoria wrestles with decisions that could alter both our futures. Savannah James appears at my door Friday morning with gallery brochures and perfect timing. Emma Harris? I'm Savannah, Victoria's colleague from the gallery. Victoria never mentioned working at an art gallery. Another piece of her puzzle that doesn't fit. Victoria's at work? I invite Savannah inside. Security consultation. She handles our high-value installations. Convenient explanation. Savannah's voice carries rehearsed qualities similar to Victoria's evasions. Coffee? Please. Savannah describes paintings in my apartment with professional expertise while I prepare drinks. Her presence feels orchestrated, too coincidental, too perfectly timed. Victoria speaks about you constantly, she mentions. All good things? She's protective, unusual for her. How so? Victoria typically maintains professional distance, with everyone. Interesting admission. Savannah's revealing information Victoria wouldn't share herself. How long have you known her? Few years. She's reliable when situations require discretion. Another carefully worded response. These people communicate in code. Victoria arrives that evening with tension radiating from every movement. Her usual controlled demeanor shows cracks. Difficult day? I ask as she settles beside me. Challenging client. Want to talk about it? Not really. Victoria's hands shake slightly as she opens wine. Whatever happened today pushed her limits. Emma. Her voice carries unfamiliar uncertainty. What if I told you I might need to leave town suddenly? For work? Something like that. How suddenly? Tonight? Tomorrow? Depends on circumstances. Fear creeps into my chest. Victoria's preparing for something dangerous. Is this about your security consulting? Partly. Victoria. I reach for her hands. Tell me what's really happening. I can't or won't. Both. Her evasiveness finally breaks something inside me. Either trust me or don't waste my time. Victoria flinches like I've struck her. It's not about trust. Then what? Protection. From what? From me. The raw honesty in her voice reveals more than intended. Victoria's dangerous to herself as much as others. I'm not fragile, I tell her firmly. I know. That's what terrifies me. Victoria pulls me closer, her lips finding mine with desperate intensity. This kiss carries goodbye undertones that make my heart race with panic. Her hands trace my face like memorizing details. Emma, don't say goodbye yet. I might not have choice. There's always choice. Not in my world. Victoria's world involves violence. The realization hits me with crystalline clarity. Her combat readiness, strategic thinking, professional evasiveness, she's not protecting corporate assets. Show me, I whisper against her lips. Show you what? Who you really are. Victoria's internal struggle plays out in tense silence. Finally, she stands and leads me to her bedroom. Moonlight streams through windows as Victoria's careful control dissolves. Her touches become urgent, possessive, like claiming territory before inevitable loss. She guides my hands across her body, revealing scars my fingers trace with growing understanding. These aren't accident marks. They're battle wounds from a life lived on violent edges. Victoria, I breathe her name like prayer. Her response comes in desperate kisses, hands exploring my body with reverent precision. We move together with building intensity, two people creating intimate connection despite dangerous circumstances. Afterwards, Victoria holds me with fierce protectiveness while Nairobi's night sounds drift through open windows. I love you. She whispers into darkness. I love you too. Even knowing I'm dangerous? Especially knowing that. Victoria's laugh carries equal parts relief and terror. You're insane. Probably. Emma. Her voice grows serious. If something happens to me, nothing will happen. If it does, don't look for answers. Just remember this. Stop talking like you're dying. Promise me. No. Emma? I said no. We'll face whatever comes together. Victoria's arms tighten around me as if holding on could prevent inevitable separation. Outside, dawn approaches with new dangers neither of us can predict. The certified letter arrives Tuesday morning while Victoria's away on another mysterious assignment. The return address makes my hands tremble. Mbaru and Associates, Legal Services. Miss Harris, regarding the estate of Mrs. Dorothy Sullivan, deceased. Great Aunt Dorothy. I barely remember meeting her once during childhood. Eccentric woman who traveled extensively, collected unusual artifacts, lived alone in Nairobi's wealthiest district. The inheritance details stagger me. Property worth millions, bank accounts, investment portfolios, plus a safety deposit box containing unspecified items requiring personal collection. This can't be right, I tell the lawyer over phone. Everything's properly documented. Mrs. Sullivan left explicit instructions naming you sole beneficiary. Why me? She mentioned appreciating your independence despite challenges. Victoria returns that evening to find me pacing my apartment anxiously. What's wrong? I hand her the legal documents. Victoria's silence stretches too long as she reads. Substantial inheritance, she finally says. I don't understand why Dorothy chose me. Sometimes people see potential others miss. Victoria's voice carries new tension. The inheritance bothers her more than she admits. Emma. Her tone grows serious. Large inheritances attract unwanted attention. What kind of attention? People who think they deserve what you've received. Are you worried? I'm always worried about your safety. We visit the bank Friday to access Dorothy's safety deposit box. Victoria insists on accompanying me despite my protests about independence. The box contains items that make no sense. Foreign currency from multiple countries, encrypted USB drives, photographs of people I don't recognize, plus documents in languages I can't identify. Your aunt lived interesting life, Victoria observes quietly. This looks like spy movie props. Maybe Dorothy had secrets too. Victoria's tone suggests she recognizes something familiar in Dorothy's collection. Her expertise in violence might extend to other dangerous territories. Should I be concerned? I ask as we leave the bank. Just careful. But careful isn't enough. Strange men begin appearing around my apartment building, too well dressed for the neighborhood, too observant for casual passers-by. Emma. Mrs. Patterson calls Wednesday morning. There were men asking about you yesterday. What kind of men? Professional types. Said they represented estate attorneys. Victoria's warnings suddenly seem prophetic. Dorothy's inheritance comes with complications she never anticipated. That evening, Victoria arrives with overnight bag and grim expression. Pack essentials. We're staying at my place. Why? Someone broke into your building's security system. Amateur job, but concerning. Fear crystallizes in my stomach. The inheritance? Possibly. Victoria's apartment feels like fortress as she activates multiple security measures. Her preparations suggest she's dealt with similar situations professionally. Victoria. I settle beside her on the couch. What did Dorothy really do for living? I don't know. But people don't collect encrypted drives and foreign currency innocently. You think she was involved in something illegal? I think she was involved in something dangerous. Victoria's phone buzzes with text message. Her sharp intake of breath tells me the news isn't good. What? Savannah. 3 men visited the gallery asking about you today. Looking for what? Information about your aunt's collection. The inheritance isn't just bringing unwanted attention. It's putting people I care about in danger. Maybe I should return everything, I suggest. Too late. They know you have it. Then what? We figure out what Dorothy left you and why people want it. Victoria holds me close as Nairobi's night sounds drift through secured windows. Her protective instincts have shifted into active mode, suggesting threats she's taking seriously. Emma. Her voice carries resignation. There's something I need to tell you about my work. Your security consulting? It's more complicated than that. How complicated? The kind that might help us survive whatever Dorothy's inheritance has triggered. Victoria's admission hangs between us like loaded weapon. Whatever secrets she's been protecting might be our only advantage against people who want Dorothy's legacy badly enough to threaten violence. Outside, shadows move in patterns that suggest surveillance. Dorothy's gifts have transformed my peaceful life into dangerous game, where ignorance might prove fatal. Tomorrow we find answers, Victoria promises. Together? Always together. But her tone suggests she's making promises circumstances might not let her keep. The breaking glass shatters more than windows. It destroys every illusion about safety I've clung to since meeting Victoria. Stay down. Victoria's voice transforms into something lethal as footsteps crash through my apartment. Where is it? Male voices, accented, professional. The Sullivan collection. Victoria moves with deadly precision I've never witnessed. The sounds tell everything. Bodies hitting furniture, muffled impacts, someone going down hard. 3 men, armed, she whispers, pulling me toward the bedroom. They're not here to negotiate. How do you... Later. Victoria's hands guide me with practiced efficiency, positioning me behind reinforced closet doors while violence erupts in my living room. The sounds are choreographed brutality. Victoria doesn't fight like security consultant. She fights like predator, eliminating threats with surgical precision. Emma Harris, one intruder calls out. We know you're here. Wrong approach. Victoria's voice carries ice-cold calculation. More impacts. Someone screams. Then silence that feels heavier than noise. Clear. Victoria opens closet doors. They're neutralized. Neutralized? Unconscious. Mostly. Victoria's breathing isn't even elevated. Whatever just happened was routine for her. Victoria. My voice shakes with realization. You're not a security consultant. No. What are you? Silence stretches until truth becomes unavoidable. I eliminate problems for people who can't handle them legally. The words hit like physical blows. You're an assassin. Yes. You kill people. When necessary. Victoria's profession explains everything. Her combat skills, strategic thinking, evasiveness about work schedules. She's a professional killer. How many? I whisper. Does it matter? Yes. Enough to be very good at protecting you. Sirens approach as neighbors report disturbance. Victoria moves efficiently, gathering evidence while I process that the woman I love murders people for a living. Emma. Her voice carries desperate vulnerability. I never wanted you to know this way. Is any of it real? Us? Everything between us is real. Including the lies? Including the protection. Victoria kneels beside me, her hands trembling for first time since I've known her. I fell in love with you completely. That's why I tried to leave. To protect me from what you are? To protect you from what I do. Too late for that. Police sirens grow closer. Victoria makes rapid calculations about our immediate future. We need to disappear until this resolves. Running together. If you'll have me. The choice crystallizes with brutal clarity. Accept Victoria completely, assassin and lover, or lose her forever. I don't know how to process this. I understand. You kill people, Victoria. Bad people. People who hurt innocents. Does that justify everything? It justifies protecting you. Victoria stands, preparing to leave without me if necessary. Her resignation breaks something in my chest. Wait. She freezes. I love you. Not what you do, but who you are with me. Emma. Dorothy's inheritance put me in danger. Your skills might keep me alive. You're accepting this? I'm accepting you. Victoria's kiss tastes like tears and gratitude. She holds me like someone granted impossible second chance. We leave now, she says against my lips. Where? Somewhere safe while we figure out what Dorothy left that's worth killing for. Victoria's professional contacts provide safe house across town, while police investigate my destroyed apartment. Her transformation into protective mode reveals depths of competence I never suspected. The encrypted drives contain financial records, she explains, examining Dorothy's collection. Your aunt tracked money laundering operations. She was investigating criminals? Or working with them? Which explains why they want the evidence. And why they'll keep coming. Victoria's world has consumed mine completely. No returning to simple life tuning pianos when people want to kill me for inherited evidence. What now? I ask as Nairobi's lights twinkle beyond safe house windows. Now we survive long enough to expose whoever Dorothy was tracking. Together. Always together. But Victoria's tone carries weight of someone making promises circumstances might not honor. The safe house becomes our sanctuary as Victoria teaches me survival skills I never imagined needing. Her professional knowledge transforms daily routines into strategic exercises. 3 exit routes from every room, she explains, guiding my hands along window frames and door mechanisms. Always know where weapons are located. This is insane. This is necessary. Victoria's protective instincts have evolved into comprehensive security protocols. She maps Nairobi's underground networks while I decode Dorothy's encrypted files using specialized software. Your aunt documented everything, I tell Victoria as financial patterns emerge. Shell companies, offshore accounts, diplomatic immunity abuse, high-level corruption, international money laundering ring using Kenyan infrastructure. Victoria studies the evidence with professional appreciation. Dorothy built case that could destroy powerful people, including government officials, especially government officials. The scope of Dorothy's investigation explains why her inheritance attracted lethal attention. She wasn't just collecting evidence, she was preparing to expose systematic corruption. Emma. Victoria sits beside me, her warmth providing comfort against growing dangers. These people won't stop until the evidence disappears. Along with anyone who's seen it? Yes. Victoria's honesty about our situation creates intimacy deeper than physical attraction. She's showing me her world without romantic filters. What are our options? Expose everything publicly before they eliminate us. How? Carefully. Victoria's contacts include investigative journalists, willing to publish Dorothy's evidence, if we can deliver it safely. But reaching them requires navigating Nairobi's criminal underworld where Victoria's reputation precedes her. People know you in these circles? Some fear me. Others respect me. Few trust me completely. Why? Professional assassins rarely retire peacefully. Victoria's past creates complications for our present survival. Her former clients might view our relationship as vulnerability to exploit. That evening, isolation and danger forge new intimacy between us. Victoria drops remaining pretenses about her lethal profession, while I accept that loving her means embracing everything she represents. Tell me about your first contract, I request as we share wine in the safe house. Bad man hurting children, made it easy. Do you ever regret the path you chose? Until I met you, no. Now? Now I want different future. Victoria's honesty creates space for deeper connection. Her willingness to abandon her profession for our relationship reveals commitment I never expected. Rain patters against reinforced windows, as Victoria describes missions with clinical detachment. Her stories reveal someone who found purpose in eliminating human monsters. You saved people, I realize. I killed people. Sometimes, those are the same thing. Victoria's surprise at my acceptance transforms into something vulnerable and precious. She's never experienced unconditional love for her complete identity. Emma. Her voice carries wonder. You're not horrified? I'm terrified, but not of you. Of what? Losing you. Victoria pulls me closer, her lips finding mine with desperate gratitude. Our kisses deepen into something beyond physical desire. Two damaged people creating healing through complete acceptance. Her hands trace my body with reverent precision while I explore scars that map her violent history. Each mark tells stories of survival, of choices made in darkness that brought her to this moment with me. We move together with building intensity, creating sanctuary within sanctuary as danger surrounds us. Victoria's careful control dissolves into raw need while I claim space in her heavily guarded heart. Afterwards, we lie entwined as Nairobi's night sounds drift through secured walls. Victoria's breathing reveals she's fighting sleep. Professional habits die hard. Rest, I whisper against her shoulder. I'll keep watch. You don't know how. Teach me. Victoria's laugh carries equal parts amusement and affection. Acoustic monitoring techniques for someone with enhanced hearing. She describes sound patterns that indicate surveillance, approach methods, territorial violations. My disability becomes tactical advantage in her world. Tomorrow we contact the journalists, Victoria decides. Risky? Everything's risky now. Together? Always together. But Victoria's tone carries weight of someone preparing for sacrifice. Her protective instincts might override promises about partnership when ultimate danger arrives. Outside, shadows move in coordinated patterns, suggesting our safe house isn't as secure as hoped. Dorothy's legacy has painted targets on our backs that growing larger with each passing hour. Victoria's phone buzzes at dawn with intelligence that changes everything. Her contact within the money laundering network has identified the operation's head, Deputy Minister James Kuria, using diplomatic immunity to process millions through Kenyan infrastructure. He knows we have Dorothy's evidence, Victoria reports grimly. Full termination orders issued. How many people coming? Everyone he can hire. Victoria transforms our safe house into fortress, while I memorize escape routes by sound and touch. Her professional network provides weapons, communications equipment, tactical advantages we'll need for survival. The journalist meeting is our only chance, she explains, checking ammunition clips with practiced efficiency. Expose everything before Kuria eliminates us. Where's the meeting? Nairobi National Museum. Public space, multiple exits, strategic high ground. The same city where we met now becomes battlefield for our survival. Victoria's knowledge of urban combat zones gives us marginal advantage against overwhelming odds. We leave the safe house before sunrise, moving through Nairobi's backstreets using routes Victoria mapped during reconnaissance. My enhanced hearing provides early warning about surveillance, while her tactical expertise keeps us ahead of pursuit. 2 vehicles following, I report. identifying engine patterns. Different makes, coordinated spacing. Professional team. They're herding us toward ambush point. Victoria alters course through narrow alleyways I navigate by sound mapping. Her confidence in my abilities allows rapid movement through terrain that would slow sighted people. Left turn ahead, she whispers. Stares down, then immediate right. My mobility becomes tactical asset, as Victoria uses my hearing to identify threats before visual confirmation. We move like synchronized unit through urban maze. The museum meeting goes sideways when Couria's men arrive early. Victoria recognizes professional setup immediately. Trap, she breathes, pulling me behind exhibit cases. Journalists compromised. Gunfire erupts as Victoria returns lethal force with surgical precision. Her movements flow like deadly dance, eliminating threats while protecting me from crossfire. Stay low, follow my voice. Victoria guides me through museum chaos using acoustic navigation. My heightened senses track multiple hostile positions while she systematically neutralizes opposition. 3 men, east corridor, 2 more flanking from gift shop entrance. Victoria's efficiency in eliminating human threats becomes terrifyingly beautiful. She moves through enemies like natural force, unstoppable and precise. Emma, memorize this route. She leads me toward emergency exit while dispatching final opponents. If something happens to me, reach the parking garage. Nothing's happening to you. Promise me. No. Victoria's protective instincts clash with my stubborn refusal to accept potential loss. We've survived too much together for separation now. The final confrontation occurs in the museum's main hall. Courier arrives with remaining security team, confident his overwhelming force guarantees victory. Miss Harris, he calls out. Return Dorothy's evidence, and this ends peacefully. Define peaceful. Victoria responds from strategic position. Quick deaths instead of prolonged suffering. Victoria's laugh carries lethal promise. Wrong answer. The battle erupts with Victoria demonstrating why professional assassins command premium rates. Her skills transcend mere violence. They represent artistic destruction of human obstacles. But Courier has backup plans. Gas canisters fill the museum with smoke that neutralizes Victoria's visual advantages while enhancing mine. Emma, you're my eyes now. I guide Victoria through toxic clouds using sound positioning, creating tactical partnership that transforms disability into weapon. Together we eliminate Courier's remaining forces. The final shot echoes through museum silence as Courier falls, his corruption empire crashing with Dorothy's evidence, now safely delivered to legitimate journalists. It's over, Victoria breathes, holding me close among museum artifacts. Are you hurt? Nothing serious. Victoria's definition of serious differs significantly from normal people's, but her arms around me feel strong and protective. Police sirens approach as Nairobi authorities respond to museum violence. Victoria's reputation ensures questions will be minimal. Professional courtesy among people who understand necessary violence. What happens now? I ask as emergency vehicles surround the building. Now we disappear until media exposure destroys what's left of Courier's network. Together? Forever together. Victoria's kiss tastes like gunpowder and promises. She's chosen love over profession, partnership over isolation, future over past. The museum's classical architecture frames our embrace as Dorothy's legacy finally brings justice instead of danger. Her evidence will expose systematic corruption, while Victoria's skills ensured survival long enough for truth to emerge. Thank you, I whisper against Victoria's lips. For what? Showing me your world completely. Thank you for accepting it. Thank you for leaving it. Outside, Nairobi's morning light streams through museum windows as we begin imagining life beyond violence and secrets. 6 months after Dorothy's evidence destroyed Courier's money laundering empire, Nairobi feels safe again. Victoria keeps her promise about leaving professional killing, though her tactical awareness never completely disappears. Suspicious vehicle, blue sedan, she murmurs while we browse Savannah's art gallery. Victoria. I squeeze her hand gently. That's Mrs. Ochieng delivering lunch to her grandson. Right, still adjusting. Victoria's transition from assassin to legitimate gallery security consultant requires constant recalibration. Her lethal skills translate surprisingly well to protecting valuable artwork, though clients sometimes find her threat assessments excessive. Picasso's Woman with Guitar requires reinforced mounting, she advises Savannah. It's worth $50,000, not $50 million. Theft risk remains constant regardless of value. Savannah rolls her eyes affectionately. Victoria treats every painting like state secrets requiring maximum protection. My music therapy center opens next month using Dorothy's inheritance for disabled children's programs. The irony isn't lost. Blood money transformed into healing through sound and touch. Excited about the grand opening? Victoria asks as we review architectural plans. Nervous. What if the children don't respond to musical therapy? They'll respond to you. Victoria's confidence in my abilities never wavers, even when mine does. Her protective instincts now channel into supporting my professional dreams instead of eliminating human threats. Evening finds us at home in the apartment we've shared since museum violence ended. Victoria cooks dinner while I tune the piano Dorothy left me. Beautiful Steinway that survived decades of neglect. Perfect pitch tonight, Victoria observes, setting plates on our dining table. Perfect evening. Almost perfect. Almost? Victoria's nervous energy suggests something important brewing beneath surface calm. Her tactical mind never stops planning, even for peaceful moments. Emma. She sits beside me at the piano bench. There's something I need to ask you. Another security consultation? Different kind of security. Victoria's voice carries vulnerability I recognize from our early days together. Whatever she's planning requires courage similar to revealing her assassin identity. Tell me. Victoria reaches into her jacket pocket, producing small velvet box that makes my heart race with impossible hope. I know this is unconventional. Two women with dangerous histories, unusual backgrounds, complicated pasts. Victoria. Let me finish. Her hands tremble slightly. I've spent my adult life eliminating problems for other people. But you're not a problem to solve, you're a future to build. Yes. I haven't asked the question yet. You don't need to. Yes. Victoria's laughter carries pure joy as she opens the ring box. Emma Harris, will you marry me? Yes. Absolutely yes. The ring fits perfectly. Victoria's tactical planning extends to covert finger measurements during sleep. Her attention to detail serves romance as effectively as violence. I love you completely, she whispers, sliding the ring onto my finger. I love you dangerously. Perfect combination. Our kiss tastes like promises and possibilities. Victoria's lips carry gratitude for second chances neither of us expected to receive. Later, we return to Nairobi National Park where everything began. The Sokoke scops owl calls from familiar acacia tree as evening shadows lengthen across savanna grassland. Remember our third day here? Victoria asks, her arm around my waist. You were still pretending to be security consultant. Technically accurate description. Technically misleading. Would you have kissed me if you'd known the truth? Probably sooner. Victoria's surprise makes me laugh. You like dangerous women? I like honest women. Dangerous is bonus feature. The owl calls again, closer this time. Two people who found each other through shared appreciation for rare, beautiful things, now planning future together. Thank you, Dorothy, I whisper toward evening sky. For the inheritance? For bringing us together. Victoria's confusion makes me smile. Dorothy knew about your reputation before she died. The inheritance was an accident. It was introduction. She planned this? Eccentric aunt with criminal connections arranges for blind niece to meet professional assassin through manufactured crisis. Sounds like Dorothy's style. Victoria processes implications with tactical thoroughness. She wanted us to meet. She wanted us to save each other. Mission accomplished. Victoria's kiss seals promises made under African stars, as night sounds create symphony around us. Two damaged people found healing through complete acceptance, love through total honesty. Tomorrow brings wedding planning, therapy center preparations, Normal complications of building life together. Tonight brings peace we fought to earn. The Sokoke Scops owl calls one final time before disappearing into darkness, blessing our future with rare song only we can truly appreciate.